Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Montreal Grand Prix, the first ever Montreal Grand Prix in the wonderful city of Montreal. Here you can see some iconic images of the beautiful island of Montreal. I am alongside the living legend, Mr. Neil Adams, and we are doing commentary for the final block of day one of the Montreal Grand Prix.
Yeah, we are indeed, and you know, we had a great morning of judo. It was a great opener, wasn't it? And here we have just bronze medal and gold medal matches just about to happen. So, well, you can see here we've got Perefan of Argentina against Shira Rishoni, and they've had one match before, and Rishoni came out the winner on that particular occasion. Remember that these two bronze medal matches before we get to the final, and the Olympic champion, let me tell you, didn't make it to the final, so she is going to be fighting for third place for bronze medal, and that is Paula Pareto of Argentina. So two Argentinian possibility of medals.
Yeah, this is like, you don't have to eat your veggies. This is all dessert. It's all medal matches here at the final block. The venue in Montreal has been outstanding. The audience has been outstanding. The energy and the atmosphere here, it's quite the knowledgeable crowd. And here they go. We're about to get underway.
So Perefan in white here, Rishoni in blue, and it's all for a medal and world ranking points as well. So for the people out there that don't know how to win with judo, so the main aim is to throw for an ippon or to score two other ways of scoring ippon, three other ways should I say, on the ground, which is to strangle your opponent for a submission, arm lock for a submission, or hold them down for 20 seconds. But as we go through, we'll go in more detail. There's a wazari straight away for Rishoni.
Yeah, so she capitalized. Perefan went for an attack, and as she got up, immediately Rishoni timed it and went for an attack and scored. She's up.
Yeah, we've kind of simplified the rules, and well, two wazaris make an ippon. You can score a straight ippon as well, and Rishoni is in trouble here with an arm being absolutely attacked. Can she straighten it here, Perefan?
Perefan is all over this arm, and Rishoni is going to try and pick her up. Oh, and she broke the hold. In judo, if your opponent has an arm lock or an arm lock attempt on you and you're able to pick them up off the ground, it is immediately broken and the fighters will stand back up.
So in order to score a wazari, you have to throw them on their side or towards their back. Sometimes if you roll them on their back, then you only get the wazari, but a full impetus, full force on the back will get you an ippon.
Perefan immediately coming back with an attack of her own, almost scoring there.
Yeah, it was close, wasn't it? It was a really good attack, and she's been fighting well. And I said two Argentinians have been put forward. Of course, the Olympic champion going for yet another Olympic cycle and trying to get to a third Olympic Games, Pareto. And, of course, the young one, Perefan, is up there with her, but she lost to her earlier on.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Earlier today, we were talking about the importance of warming up. Now, in between blocks, there is a break of about 3 hours. Today, I think it's about 3 hours.
It was long, wasn't it? Yeah.
So they have to cool down, rest, and then re-warm up and try and get themselves up to speed. Kind of like, imagine a drag race car that has to rev the engine up before it takes off so that it's ready for maximum performance.
Do you know, I had the same problem in the 80 Olympic final, and I had 4 hours in between semi-final, final. And it was really difficult to rev it up. Again, you know, I was revved up in the second time. Very, very difficult.
Just under 2 minutes to go. Rishoni is up by wazari, but they are both coming strong with full force attacks.
Yeah, 4-minute contests, and that's first 4 minutes. But if no score on the board, it will go to a golden score situation.
She's going for it again.
Yeah, she's
this time she's belly down.
Isn't she?
If she can get the leg over the head, she does. Now she has time to work on isolating and separating her arms to extend the arm and hopefully make Rishoni submit.
She's been on that arm all the way through this, so the transition from standing down to ground, absolutely superb.
In the sport of boxing, some people are often called headhunters, as they often swing wildly for the head. She is an arm hunter. She's just trying to isolate that arm and just take it out and make her submit.
But, you know, that's the thing about good groundwork people, is that they hunt for what they want. You know, they know it because they've drilled it. They know exactly what they want, and they get down there and they go for it.
Whoa.
That's it. It's all over. That's the second Wazari, and it's going to be all over for Rashoni.
Oh, wow, that's it. Hey, excellent performance and result for Perifan from Argentina.
She really performed well there against a very experienced Rashoni, but Rashoni, yet again, winning a medal at a major Grand Prix Grand Slam event. And remember, we have 22 of these in a year. They don't do every one of them, but she does a lot.
And I had a sneak peek at the medals backstage. They are really, really good-looking medals, something you definitely want to display when you get home, and hopefully you have a collection.
Yeah, they've got one missing. You don't you don't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about it. Let's just say, luckily, I don't have to walk through the metal detector.
I see. So this was the first one. Ippon Sianagi, drop shoulder throw from Rashoni. Takes her opponent onto her side. Notice the top part of the body of the torso there, making contact with the mat. So that's Sianagi, very, very effective.
And for the casual viewers, sometimes they don't realize how much the body can twist, where one part of the body is facing down. Like, for example, the front of your legs are hitting the mat, and then the upper body's back can be on the mat.
Well, I think especially with the females, and they won't mind us saying this, but they're a lot more supple than we would be, right? You know, and they do, you know, the bottom half kind of twists round the other way.
I used to be that flexible.
I was never that flexible.
If that happens to me, I'm staying there.
One half of me would, anyway. So second semi-final, bronze medal match, sorry. It's Şentürk of Turkey here, stepping out against the Olympic champion. The still current Olympic champion, of course, Paula Pareto of Argentina.
Yeah, Paula Pareto, she was fun to watch all day. And so was Şentürk. She had an excellent, she has a presence about her when she's on the mat. And we were talking about the importance of posture earlier as well. And she has a very good fighter's posture.
Yeah, these two have met before as well. Pareto coming out the winner again. Now, if you have a look at the world rankings, and the world rankings obviously very important at these last events coming up. We've got World Championships just around the corner. And, of course, Pareto, without a doubt, will qualify. Top 18 automatically qualify for the Olympic Games in every weight category. Wow. 7 weight categories in the men, 7 in the ladies. So Pareto knows that she's qualified, but for somebody like Şentürk, who's down there at 30, 34 at the world rankings, the points here are crucial.
Yeah, they're life-changing. You know, if you get to put that you are an Olympic athlete on your resume, that has life-altering implications.
Well, it does, doesn't it? Look how many we talked to today. Everybody's saying, yes, I went to this Olympics.
Şentürk, she's been doing that all day, Şentürk, sorry, with that tomonagi. And it's not immediate. She gets her feet under, seems to regroup, and then really tries to finish it off. Excellent second effort.
Yeah, she's been fighting very, very well, Şentürk. And it would be a tragedy, wouldn't it, if somebody of her caliber was left at home, you know, with the Olympic Games. You know, and we've seen it so many times with the Olympic qualification, and people just outside of that qualification level, and it's a tragedy.
Yep. Earlier today I was mentioning how perfect of a city Montreal is to host this Grand Prix. Judo is such an international sport, very multicultural. We have many, many nations that participate. And Montreal itself is a very multicultural city. And it just seems like it's a perfect fit for this sport.
And it's the heart of Canadian judo, right? Because in Quebec itself, you know, the national center
is in Montreal, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, they're going for these attacks that aren't breaking. Whoa!
Yeah, the interesting thing about Pareto goes in, sometimes you think, well, that wasn't really rotating, and the next one goes in, almost scores. The third one goes in, and she hits the nail on the head. So Pareto has done that all the way through her career.
Yep, and again, I'm making another boxing reference, but sometimes when you do a combination, it's the third or fourth punch that gets you. And in judo, when you're stringing together attacks in a chain, often it's the third or fourth that is effective.
Well, you're trying to find the line in, aren't you? You know, that's the key to it, especially if it's right to right or left to right. And, you know, if you've got opposite stance, it's always trying to hit the target and find the way in.
That line of entry.
That line of entry is crucial.
Yes, I've watched your videos.
That's it. Yes.
But the best part is when I'm teaching class, I pretend like it's my information.
You gave secrets away this morning. Well, Pareto can't find the way in, and she's going to keep on with the Sorisora Komigoshi all the time, and she will eventually. She'll find the way in, as she always does.
Here she goes again with that double leg. See, but she didn't. Oh, she's going for an arm lock. Okay. And earlier we were also mentioning that when you go for an attack, if you don't break the balance of the person that you're trying to throw, you can get a penalty.
Yes, the penalties. I mean, we have a penalty system. We can see it there. Yeah, little yellow flag up there. That's first Shido to Pareto. And, well, it seemed to me that she was doing just as much work. I don't really get that. But anyway, 3 of those, it's Honsokomaki disqualification. And we don't want to see a contest one like that, you know, because, and especially Pareto. Pareto's going for Ippon, and she's trying to score. And we spoke about it this morning, didn't we, about intention. And we can see 2 people trying to grip each other. One can be in a negative vein, and the other one a positive vein, and 2 entirely different things.
Yeah, the sport is so fast and dynamic that somebody can be the aggressor for the vast majority of the match. And, of course, if the person strikes at the right time, they can score and steal a match.
And it happens, you know, the last few seconds, and especially if one's on the run, you know, if they've got a little score on there and they're guarding it. So, again, Pareto in for that very low shoulder throw.
Yeah, it seems like sometimes these low drop-down shoulder throws are, of course, they're looking for a score. But if the score's not there, they're immediately ready to transition into groundwork or newaza. Look at the posture of Senturk. I love the way she stands. It's very, whoops. Man, she is good at avoiding that. And obviously these people are highly skilled with their offense, but the person they're fighting is also highly skilled in their defense. In case someone's wondering, well, why is it so difficult to throw each other? It's not that easy.
Well, I think it's always about attack and defense. We talked about the movement, how important the movement is. Action, reaction, which is imperative, because if you get the right reaction from your opponent, you can have them going in the direction that you want to throw. So action, reaction, and understanding how it works is important. That's going to be it.
Ooh,
She's going to win it. So, well, saying that, she's going to get a Wazari for that. And now 15 seconds for Senturk to try and get that back.
Yeah, 15 seconds. That's not a lot of time here.
You know, you were talking earlier about how they're driving off those back legs and how important that is. And that just won this for Pareto.
Whoops. That really ate up a lot of time there. 7 seconds left.
Yeah, now Senturk comes forwards, and Pareto just needs to stand her ground. A little bit of a defensive posture there, and I think that, well, Pareto is happy with that because coming back, I think she's been finding it difficult. She is the Olympic champion, don't forget, finding it difficult for form. And we were talking about how this is her 3rd Olympic preparation, you know, so it's all the events. It's not just the competitions, but all the events that she has to do to qualify. Difficult.
And when it's someone's potentially third Olympics, that's a lifelong dedication to the sport, and that's why you see the emotion, the sacrifice to realize after a 2nd Olympic, I'm going to do this again. That's 4 years of, and you know how long it takes because you've done it already, and to still make that commitment. The emotion, the sacrifice, the discipline, it's incredible.
Well, it's just everything, and each Olympic Games as well has a slightly different feeling, you know, because you have the one where you're absolutely at the top. She's obviously not absolutely still at the top, but, you know, at the latter part of her career, so it got a slightly different feeling.
It almost makes it more special to try and squeeze that last drop of joy out of
its last one. You've got to hope that you go out right on top. This was the Cianagi. It was a walking Cianagi, wasn't it? She just about gets those hips underneath there, and then in the end, it's the drive off with the legs there that finishes it all off.
Yeah, watch her feet. She gets up here. She's pushing right off her toes to generate any forward and then she just follows through. Beautiful. That's commitment.
So brilliant stuff, and the Olympic champion gets third place here in Montreal, and she's happy about that. Why? Because it is all about preparation for the next World Championships, which is just around the corner, and of course next year where we've got the Olympics.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final.
This year, the World Championships return to judo's motherland, Japan. This match coming up is awesome. We have Koga from Japan versus Costa from Portugal. This is it.
Well, you can see there that Koga here, he's just out of the juniors in Japan, sent here for experience, no world ranking whatsoever. Here she is against Costa, and Costa from Portugal is world ranked 12 in the world. But don't look at that, because it just means absolutely nothing with these two coming out. Koga's been on absolutely electric form all day.
Yeah, and I think sometimes you can be number 2 or number 3 in Japan and still be, top 5 in the world, and the world hasn't even seen you yet.
No, exactly.
Koga Wakana is in the white gi. Katarina Costa is in the blue gi. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The gold medal match for minus 48 kilos at the first ever Grand Prix in Montreal. This is a historic contest right here. This is for the first gold medal ever.
That's exactly what it is, isn't it? It is the very first gold medal, and anything happens here, it's history. It's going to make history, but watch out for Koga. She has really superb transition into Newaza, but Costa, very experienced, and she's been in so many Grand Prix Grand Slam medal matches.
That throw probably didn't look too dangerous, but I think that was not far off from being very dangerous.
Well, you said that you like the Ashiwaza and the foot sweeps that coordinate, and Costa has some nice foot sweeps, so let's hope we see some of those.
I really like some of those sneaky Tayatoshis where the person's not even really in front of their opponent, and they just stick that leg in, of course, with the proper grip, are able to rotate them over. Woo, nice attack. Dangerous on her left arm there.
You've got to be careful with that. They do the Sodisura Kamigoshi against that, and the arm straightens, and of course it's not allowed. You're not allowed to apply an arm lock or straighten an arm with a throw at the same time. So we've seen a few disqualifications, so they need to be careful.
Quick little Ashiwaza there.
That's the sneaky little Seatoshi there that you're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, just as they were stepping, she just gave her a little pat on the foot with her foot.
So remember, the main aim here is to throw for ippon or to get an ippon by hold down, arm lock or strangle for a submission.
And they are fighting for their grips, which is such a big part of it. Imagine being a power lifter and not getting a good grip of the weight. It's impossible to lift it. And that's what's happening.
That's a really good analogy. It's a great analogy that it's impossible to move something if you haven't got hold of it. So they get penalized if they just drop and flop on their hands and knees.
And then you take into account that the thing you're trying to hold is trying to break your grip.
Well, they say that the mechanics of throwing a javelin, a ball, and a shot put or a person, the mechanics are actually very similar. You need the feet and the hands and the body to work together. But the only difference with our sport, of course, is that they're trying to throw you as well.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a nice Ochi. Again, driving through. Look at that resistance. Wow. It's incredible. when someone's trying to block a throw, that what they'll go through to avoid being thrown.
Well, that was right on the borderline there, wasn't it? Whether she was on her side or not, side to front. And I think that now that they've given it to Koga, but for me, that was just a little bit too much onto the front. And I think that they'll probably take that off. So
yeah, her face is facing down.
Well, you're saying that, but so sometimes it's what we were talking about sometimes they twist the wrong way, and it's the side that is the key. So if they've taken it off.
They took it off. The audience seems to agree with that.
Yeah,
call.
they appreciate that. The judo audience here, that's nice to see.
Yeah, there must be a lot of people here that practice judo because they're right on top of the action. They're expressing themselves when they see a call that they don't agree with or do agree with. 1 minute, 37 seconds left in this gold medal contest. There is no score between Koga Wakana and Catarina Costa from Portugal.
Yeah, Costa doing everything right here, just closing down Koga. And it's a left to right situation here. So we've got opposite stance. And what happens is the left-hander will have a predominant left foot forward. The right-hander will have a predominant right foot forward. And so it makes it difficult to catch the sleeve sometimes. So it's one of those situations where you sometimes have to either catch the sleeve first or just switch it to the other side and throw on the other side. Because don't forget, a lot of these can throw left and right.
Yeah, the immediate advantage you would think would go to the left-handed fighter because they have probably more experience fighting right-handed fighters because there are more right-handed people.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely correct, isn't it? Yeah.
Looked like she was going for an arm lock there. But in the world of judo, you're going to come across, a lot of left and right-handed people.
Well, they said 70%. It's 70% actually, 70% right-handers as opposed to 30% left-handers.
And that's in the World Judo Tour?
And no, that's just an absolute fact that there's more right-handers. So, of course, they're having to battle more right-handers than the other way around.
I thought there'd be even less left-handed people.
No. Now what's going to happen here? Koga with a chance for groundwork. Can she get round the leg? She has to get round that leg. Can't be entangled with the leg. There's 20 seconds won't count if she is in between the legs.
17 seconds, and if nobody scores in that time, we will go to golden score, which for a gold medal, I find golden score quite exhilarating.
Yeah, can make it absolutely to the wall. Well, what will happen if it does go to golden score? It will be any score on the board will win. That doesn't mean a penalty. 3 penalties still needed, but any score on the board, whether it's a throw, hold down, or arm lock or strangle, will win the match.
For the casual fan, golden score is like a sudden death overtime.
And of course, he means that metaphorically.
Whoa, wow.
Yeah, so Costa just managing to rotate enough, and they can't afford any penalties now either. So as they start to get tired, the techniques just that little bit, lack that little bit of power.
Both athletes superbly conditioned. To people that don't know, the duration of a judo match, 4 minutes, kind of seems to straddle the cusp of anaerobic and aerobic, where you're kind of sprinting, but you also, it's a prolonged period of time. You have time to recover, so you have to really train both types of cardiovascular conditioning.
Yes, and it's muscular endurance, of course, as well. First thing that goes, what's the first thing that goes for a judo person?
The arms?
Yeah, it's the forearms, isn't it?
Yeah.
Forearms first thing. And then when you get to our age, it's the cardio as well.
Where everything starts going at once.
Yeah, and then bits start to fall off. But that's another story. So 52 seconds, almost 1 minute into golden score.
Here we go. Both of these women know exactly what's on the line here. This is a gold medal contest for the first ever Montreal Grand Prix. I'm Anthony Corelli, sitting beside Mr. Neil Adams. This is history in the making. We hope you're enjoying it. We hope you're watching from all over the world. We'd like to thank the IJF for coming to Montreal and helping put on this incredible event.
Yes, and also thank all of the helpers, everybody here. It's just a big team effort to make it all work.
Ooh, man. Yeah, they're a well-oiled machine, that's for sure.
Well, I don't really know which way this is going to go because they both just attacking at the right time, and Koga and Costa. For me, the experience of Costa probably, but you can't tell. One mistake.
Well, that's the one I liked. She really sneaks that leg across. Costa able to lift her leg, step over her leg, and then block it with her knee from rotating.
So we might just see a penalty here going up to Costa. I think it'll be, oh, she gets away with it. So she's got one more chance. She'll have to pull that one back there. Just about gets away with that.
She almost put herself in danger for a choke there. Well, I guess not. No, she blocked it right away.
Well, these are the kind of attacks, aren't they? That are just to say, well, I did attack. You know, I don't need a Shido.
It's sometimes it feels like there's a shot clock, like in basketball, where if you don't attack for a certain period of time, you know, but if you fire off an attack, kind of resets that perception of whether or not you're attacking enough. Yeah. Over 2 minutes now in golden score for the gold medal. Minus 48 kilograms. The Montreal Grand Prix. Whoa.
Well, now she's starting to open up Koga. Whoa. Oh, now then. Didn't quite happen.
Wow.
That was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a collective sound of excitement from the audience. And now they're applauding the hard work that these women are putting out there.
Well, they've been out there now for 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. And believe me, we did see at a recent event, and a golden score went to 11 minutes. So they were fighting for 15 minutes. It doesn't happen very often. I'll just let everybody know, but that's physically very demanding.
Yeah, because that's 15 minutes of just fighting. They're out there for longer than that when you incorporate all the mates and tying your gi and belt. And whoa! Beautiful Tomonogi attempt.
Big by the crowd as well. The crowd absolutely in this match.
It seemed like she landed in an opportunity for a Sankakujime triangle choke, but didn't capitalize on it at that time. Koga Wakana is barely breathing heavy. That's incredible conditioning.
They do. I mean, one of the reasons behind this, for anybody watching this, the Japanese have such incredible judo condition because they do so much judo. They have the people to train with. They're training probably 10 bouts or 10 rounds each day. Twice a day they're doing, training, and that's what gives them the amazing condition. It's very, very sport-specific training.
Yeah, it's interesting because even though Koga Wakana may be new on the World Judo Tour, the quality of sparring she'll get back in Japan is going to prepare her perfectly for this.
Well, it's all about depth, or what was it you said to me? #depth. But that's what it is. She's got probably 15, 20 that could be out here now in her weight category. So yeah, she's got plenty of people to train with.
Judo, of course, being very popular in the country of Japan.
Oh, that's going to be it.
That's it.
Yes,
that's it. She got it. She rolled her. Wow.
So that's the end result then. Koga drops Seanagi and over she goes. Costa knew it had gone as soon as she started the rotation. So brilliant stuff from this young Japanese judoka.
Yep, and she scored with that. It's growing in popularity, that offside rotation.
Well, I used to say, well, it's come off the wrong side. There isn't a wrong side now. Of course, it just comes off the other side, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And so it is. But what they do, and we'll see it in slow motion, we'll explain it, they tie up the jacket with the grip, with the kumakata, and when they start to spin and rotate, it ties up the jacket so tight that you have to rotate to relieve the pressure. but we'll point that out in a second when we have a look at it in slow motion.
Yeah, and those that specialize in it, or that specialized in it earlier in its development, there it is, yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll see from a different angle here. Look at the special grip that she has. She's actually gripping on the same side of the jacket, and that starts to twist. As she rotates in, she starts to twist.
There it is.
And to relieve the pressure, believe me, when they do it on you, you know, it just ties up the jacket so tight. So you roll with it, and of course, you give away the score.
Yeah, it's such an interesting technique, and I remember when I first started kind of examining and or analyzing it, it's a tricky technique, but once you get it, once you feel it and you have a successful completion and you can memorize it and save it, it's quite effective. Examinizing, I think I made a new word.
It's a great word, I like it, I do like it. So next up is the under 60 kilos category for men. Adonis Diaz of the USA is up against Eric Takapataki of Brazil. And Takapataki of Brazil, world ranked number 2 at the moment from the Brazilian team, up against Diaz, who's ranked at number 11. And well, it's interesting that well, they've fought a couple of times before. Takapataki coming out the winner on both occasions, but this is a different match and everything to fight for. Yeah, I was just looking. It's actually Takapataki is world rank number 11, not number 2, and 24 is Diaz.
Takapataki didn't look perfect today, but he did enough to get here to the bronze medal match.
Yeah, and he has some great technique as well. The young Brazilian can explode him with some really great techniques. But Diaz also.
Yeah, Adonis Diaz. Whoa.
Well, same technique.
Look, wow. Geez, these guys, there's no warm-up, no feeling out process here. They're going for it.
Well, it's nice, isn't it, when you see an open fight as well, you know, and it opens up, everybody's going to go for it. It's a bit like Tyson against Ali, I suppose, in his heyday, but, you know, one of them opens up and you know somebody's going to go.
Yeah. Yep, they're swinging for the fences. Here we go. Both guys cool, calm, collective. They know what's on the line here.
Well, I think, and I get a feeling here that we're going to see good technique win this contest. And that's the important thing. I think that's what we want to see more of in judo, the good hands, good gripping, and then, of course, the good transition as well.
Look at that, put his arm right through the belt, grab, that's a solid grip. Now he has to untie his hand. The difference, of course, between a final is that, you know, you're determining what color medal you're getting. This here is going to determine whether you get a medal or not.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you can do all the hard work, come away with 5th place.
Hard gripping here.
For anybody watching that hasn't watched the judo before, the gripping is probably 90% of the match, I would say. 90% in is that. Without the grip and without good gripping, you can't control the movement of the throw. You can't throw your opponent and you can't attack. It's just impossible. So they are pecking away at the jacket for good reason. Yeah,
and if someone is a gripping or a kumikata specialist, you know, you can make your opponent feel like they can't even come in. You know, to discourage them before they even try an attack with a hard, strong grip.
Well, you know it. I mean, you fought people with good grips before, and it's hard to attack, isn't it?
It's hard. In fact, it takes your attention away from everything else.
That was a good one. That's a good attack there by Diaz. Diaz takes him over.
Don't stop. Keep going.
It's a Wazari scored.
Use it. That's right. His coach is yelling, use it, meaning use that arm and continue.
Yeah, he was looking up, actually, just to see what his score was, and his transition was lost there just a little bit. But it was a really nice... Have a look how he drops right the way underneath, and the grip that he's got there. And it was the kumakacha, the grip, the Suruti hand and the Kazushi hand that finishes it off.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake, you know. If you score Ippon, keep going anyway if you're not sure, and the referee will come and tell you it's Ippon. He lost an opportunity. Wow. That was a nice, deep Kouchigari that he just escaped.
Like I said, good technique. Isn't it nice to see it? You know, it's a high level, both going for it, both producing nice judo.
And that particular type of Kouchigari, it just seems like you have to be blessed with a certain type of genetics that allows your leg to wrap around it. Some people just can't wrap their leg around it like that. Man, strong grips.
Yeah, these are left to left here, so they're extreme left to left. Oh, look at that. What an entry that was for the Uchimata.
Diaz immediately felt that arm and was trying to suck it in to go to work, but watch this. He feels the arm right away, and he's just, yeah.
Yeah, there was a slight panic there from Diaz.
47 seconds left in this bronze medal contest, 60 kilograms. Diaz in the white gi and Takabataki in the blue gi from Brazil.
Yeah, he knows he's got to come forwards now. He's ready to go.
If you're just tuning in, we are live at the Montreal Grand Prix in Montreal, Canada for the first ever Grand Prix.
Well,
Wow.
he wasn't far off finishing it there, was he, Diaz?
Immediately looking for another arm lock.
So every medal here at this event, it's the first one, first medals of this new tournament. And look at that beautiful Sodisura Kamigoshi there from the Brazilian.
And I appreciate this, the non-drop down techniques, because they produce bigger and more thunderous ippons. When someone's falling from 1 foot or 5 feet, it's a nice, spectacular when it's 5 feet.
Sounds better as well, doesn't
Yeah.
it? So both of these trying to throw their opponent flat on their back. Not interested really in the groundwork, not really, but more interested in the throwing. And just with a few seconds left here to go, that's going to be a penalty up for Diaz for sure.
Yeah, it looked like a slip there. Well, he has one more to concede before, with only 4 seconds left, so.
Yeah, he just needs to hold off now.
Wow. There it is, bronze medal for Adonis Diaz from the USA in 60 kilograms. Not a bad showing.
Well, I thought it was excellent, and especially against Takabataki, who is very experienced. He's had good form. I didn't think, and I agree with you, he didn't seem to have that kind of form today.
Yep, I'll look forward to his performance at the World Championships.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these are going to be following on. This is warm-up contest, really, for the World Championships. There's the Seoinage. Look at the pulling action on the sleeve there. And both the surati, which is the lapel hand, and the kazushi hand, which is the sleeve hand, both working overtime. And that is what drives Takabataki's head right into the floor.
That's interesting because he drops down, he pops up, and then steps over like he's countering a throw, but it's actually his throw. I guess there's two schools of thought. You know, some people try and stay primed all year with these events, and then some people like to peak for certain events.
You know, I think that with a lot of these that are actually trying to qualify for the Olympic Games, difficult to peak. They're chasing points, so they're coming into these events unpeaked, if you know what I mean, and that makes it even more difficult.
Oh, this is going to be good. Based on the way these guys performed today, this is going to be very good. Lee Harim from Korea in the white gi versus Ashley McKenzie from Great Britain in the blue gi.
Yeah, yet again, Ashley McKenzie fighting for a major medal, and he's had quite a few of them this year. It's been a good year for him. But Lee Harim will have something to say about that. I think it's going to be a really open fight. Ashley McKenzie will certainly open it up, and he'll be trying to throw for Ippon too. So Ashley McKenzie of Great Britain will be in blue. It's Lee Harim of Korea in white.
Yeah, he was very sharp today, also in the ground as well, and there was Ashley McKenzie, that is.
Yeah, just it's nice to see him doing really good open judo, left and right, and not being afraid to attack. So here we go, second bronze medal match then in the under 60 kilos category.
And for those watching, of course, the 60 kilogram category is the lightest category. And these guys are fast, they are strong, they are technical. And then slowly, as they get bigger, they slow down a little bit. But then they increase in the strength department.
Oh, they certainly do. Well, not to say these guys aren't strong as well, physically strong.
Pound for pound,
wow.
probably stronger,
Yeah,
pound for pound.
Well, it's true, isn't it? So really fighting hard for the grips there. Look at the sleeve grip there, trying to pin each other's sleeves so they can't rotate in. But if they do it for too long, the referee will stop them and he'll penalise them immediately. Actually, the quicker he does it, then the better it is, because we'll see a more open match.
Yeah, sometimes it's actually a relief when they get a couple penalties, because now they're going to go.
Well, this is it. So here it comes. So just having a word with Lee there. So it was Lee that was dominating the sleeve of McKenzie, pushing it down and basically saying, you're not going to turn in. I know the dangers. I feel the danger.
I like seeing the expression on somebody's face the first time they touch a competitive judo gi. They cannot believe how thick it is. And then when you watch this and you see this type of gripping, it has to be that thick.
But, you know, as well, Anthony, you know, sometimes from here, from the commentary position or from the coach's position, you can say, come on, let's see an attack. Let's get an attack in. But when you've got somebody on the end of your arms and you can feel the danger, totally different.
Yeah. And sometimes just hanging on them, it just fatigues your arms as well. So Lee Harim has 2 Shidos now, one more. And there's a lot of time. There's 2 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock. If he gets one more Shido, it's over.
And the coach just getting a little warning there. They're not allowed to shout any kind of advice while they're actually fighting. So it's got to be in the mat.
Now, for example, before they start again, the coaches can give some advice. And as soon as he says Hajime, they have to stop. I've been warned of that myself.
No. Yeah. So now McKenzie starting to get penalised for that, I think, just for dropping. I've got to keep hold. Did he get one? He didn't. He got away with it this time, so needs to make sure that he keeps a good grip, McKenzie, because he's doing everything right here against Lee.
So I tried giving instructions while I was coughing to see if they can get away with it, but it didn't work. Okay, here we go.
Well, Lee thought he was going to
nervous.
get another penalty there, that's why, and so he was a little nervous. Of course, if neither of them attack now, both will get a penalty, but of course Lee will get his third and it will be all over.
McKenzie has excellent movement. Oh, look at that attack. Jeez. Wasn't the smoothest with technique, but that was really powerful.
Yeah, this is where he's got to be a little bit careful. Ashley McKenzie here, if he's not careful, will find himself in trouble. And you can see there that Lee now trying to control the top half of the body and then get that leg out. That leg there is the key here.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, the person may be trapping one foot, and you think, how can they not get their foot out? It's pretty tough. These guys are very strong.
Well, it's like being in a vice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You literally can't move it.
And if you try, sometimes you open up opportunities for them to even catch more, and you get further entangled.
Well, I haven't seen Lee one attack. Not one attack yet. All he's been doing is trying to push his opponent out. So he's obviously looking for the penalties. Referee did a good job there. Didn't give one to McKenzie for stepping out. And really, he gave Lee the benefit of the doubt. That's going to be a penalty for McKenzie. So threw that one away. He knew it as well as soon as he did it. And the referee has to give it. So he gives the Shido for Mackenzie, but actually it's Lee has pushed his opponent out there, didn't get a third penalty, and all he's looking for is the penalties.
Oh, that could be another one there, because he did not break the balance of Lee at all. That would change everything. He was very comfortable with 2 penalties to no penalties, and all of a sudden, if he gets called here, oh no, he didn't. He got away with that.
So all of a sudden now we have a different kind of a match on our hands, and we're coming up to the end of the first 4 minutes.
We are going to go into golden score for the bronze medal contest, 60 kilograms. We have Lee Harim from Korea in the white gi, Ashley Mackenzie from Great Britain in the blue gi. And here they go, golden score.
Well, this gives them a chance now just to change the whole contest. So if Lee can be the first one in, because he's been out-attacked here by Mackenzie, and I think just more hoping, well, I think that might be it. Because, I mean, Lee, not only did he push out,
oh, they
well,
gave
that
it
went
to
the
Mackenzie.
opposite way.
He thought that was it.
Well, again, you know, like I said, that the problem is when you look for the penalties, then you are leaving yourself open, you know, and it's a little bit like playing dice here, because you're playing with something that you don't want to be playing with on the edge there, and now he might be in trouble. Well, I didn't think that was. I don't know what.
What?
No, that wasn't. They'll take it off. I don't think that they'll allow that to go on. That will go to video referee. And the thing is that what happens is they've got to give more emphasis to the counter-attack. And so have a look at Mackenzie here. Mackenzie falls for the, tries the technique. It's his technique here. And really, did the Korean push him over? No, not really. I don't think so. It wasn't enough for me, and I think they'll take it off.
Yeah, I mean, they took it off, yeah. Sometimes with a really good kia, you can trick a referee.
Yeah, but they're pretty hard on it, so I know that the talks that the referees have had there, they're not going to allow it unless it's a good one.
And that's a positive use of technology.
Yeah, it is, and, you know, so for me, now he's going to start coming back into this, but Lee definitely has been the one on the back foot all the way through this contest. Just looking for the penalties and not looking for the actual throw.
Well, they're camouflaging their intensity by movement and gripping, but they're really both not really attacking fully here. And they're leaving themselves open for the perception or the interpretation by the referee, and if they get a penalty, they lose.
Yeah, nobody wants to see a match decided on a third penalty, but they certainly don't look as if they're going to throw each other here.
I believe last year we had the first double Hans Hokomaki in history.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and I don't think it'll happen again, you know, and I know that, because I remember looking at your face there and you went, well, just what was that all about? But, you know, it was to send a message, I think, and that's what he did. He did send a message.
He's asking the coach to leave the mat area.
Well, these two are enjoying it. So the British coach has been asked to leave, and now it's up to Mackenzie. Mackenzie's out there on his own.
Yeah, now comes the theatrics when you look at the referee and you raise your hands and you say, look, this is not an attack, and hopefully you want to sway the referee. Oh man, they keep going back for the same types of attacks, and they're trying to get different results, but they're not changing the attack.
No, I agree with you. It needs to change, and you know, changing the direction of the attack is the key, and that now is it. That's it.
There it is.
So that was enough. The first real attack that we've seen from Lee, and Mackenzie didn't have enough power to stop it. And it was the same reverse Seanagi.
The same one. And that's a hard-fought victory. He was down 2 Shidos to nothing, came back, golden score. They both have 2 Shidos, and then he scored the first score. So hard-fought victory by Lee. Hopefully Mackenzie blames his coach. No, I'm just kidding.
So, not going there. So Lee Harim wins the bronze medal. And that was a really hard fought fight, wasn't it? It really was.
Tough fight. Yeah, he looks like a young man. He's going to go home with a bronze medal. And
yeah, well, the nice thing about these Grand Prix, Grand Slams is that we see the juniors coming through to take on the big guns, and they, you know, and then 4 years later, or the next Olympic cycle, they're the ones that are chasing the Olympic medals.
yeah, you know, people don't stop aging, so you have to keep feeding the hopper, so to speak, with new young talent, because there's going to be people retiring at the other end. And
well, that's it, isn't it? Exactly. That was the rolling reverse Seoinage, same grip. We've seen it a couple of times now, and while they rotate through, the power on that Kumakata there, and Mackenzie has one look up, one last look, and then he knows he's gone.
yeah, that timber feeling when you're you're slowly rotating, and once you reach that point of no return, it's just, your body just knows it's happening. Oh, this is going to be good.
This is going to be an absolute a cracker, isn't it? I mean, this final here between the current world champion, Takato, who is world rank number 4, but he's been out of a couple of competitions just recently. Mishvadabadze of Russia, who is world rank number 1. So it's number 1 against number 4 world rankings, but or the world number 1 against the world champion, should I say. And they've met twice before, and both times Takato has been the winner. So we'll see how this one goes. He's on good form, isn't he, as well, Takato, today?
Both guys are in excellent form. If you're joining us right now, this is the gold medal match, 60 kilograms, at the first ever Montreal Grand Prix, Montreal, Canada. Beautiful tournament, beautiful weather. It's summertime. The atmosphere is incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's incredible in this stadium as well, because this is a really on-edge audience, loving it. Now, watch out for the fireworks, because that's what we're going to see. Because the unusual thing about Takato is that he doesn't fight like a traditional Japanese. He can do the upright judo, but he can fight like a Russian as well. And he does some unusual techniques.
Yeah, it's interesting, especially the Japanese fighters, they train in traditional judo with perfect technique every time. And he comes with this, it seems like a creative side to him that's not common in Japanese fighters, but it's definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, it is, because he can spin on a dime, you know, and he can actually turn the contest from traditional to something not. And
modified.
Yes. And like I said, it has a Russian tinge to it as well.
Every time I see a technique and I can't recognize it, I just say modified.
Yes, it is though, isn't it? It's a modified version, and now Mishvadabadze there attacking Takato in Newaza. I always call them hybrids, you know, because they're a hybrid situation, and most of the modern techniques are, of course. We have the traditional style of doing Seoinage or doing certain techniques, and then we have the new modified versions.
Yeah, I really appreciate when I see a traditional technique perfectly applied, like a classic Uchimata or classic Morote Seoinage. But yeah, these days with the double sleeve grips and double lapel grips, it's a lot of modifications.
Well, that was a nice little move from Mishvadabadze there, and Takato almost brought it. Oh, it's all over.
Man, that was fast.
That was absolute brilliance, that, from the world champion. Absolute brilliance. And Mishvadabadze just slaps the mat there. He ukemis the mat and says, I did everything but absolutely break fall, so here it is. But that was that was brilliant. Man,
we got to see a few replays of that, because that was fast. It looked like a left side Uchimata.
Well, it was a left-sided Uchimata, but it's the timing, and we've seen him do this so many times. The absolute timing that he goes in for it, that is the killer.
Man, it's funny because he almost went in no time. It was just so fast. I want to see his stability leg, his right leg, where that was.
Well, this
Here
is
it
the
comes.
point. I think that you'll find that the stability leg or the support leg
Support.
is just on the outside. And so he gets spin on this, and he's done it a few times. I've watched him do it. And we know that to get lift, look at it, it's on the outside.
outside.
So he uses it on the outside in order that, I mean, you've got Uchimata that operates right up the middle, and the support leg goes central. This one was with the leg on the outside, and what he does is look at the pulling action there, and it's Sakashi as well. The technique comes from Mishford Abadzi first of all. He then has his own weight taken against him. His whole, everything goes against him.
I think he even had a lapel grip as well. Here it is. So he has a sleeve and a lapel, yeah. So we were talking about classic techniques, and there's one right there, a left-handed classic Uchimata.
And the kumakata, the gripping, was second to none. Brilliant. What an absolute cracking final that was. Under 60 kilos, gold medalist is the world champion. And it's Takata, of course, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, that did not go to golden score.
It didn't go to golden score. It wasn't going to ever go to golden score. So we've got the medal ceremony then, first medal ceremony, and it's the under 48 kilograms category. And that lady there, the great Natalia Kamenic of Romania, a 5-time Olympic champion for gymnastics, of course, not judo. And here she is. She's going to be presenting the prizes to these lucky ladies.
And the first person to ever score a perfect 10 in gymnastics.
She was the first one, made history in 1976, and wow, I was there. Remember it. I remember it well.
I remember it too. I was 2 years old.
So first bronze medal, Rishoni of Israel. Pareto, the Olympic champion, gets the other bronze medal. Silver medal goes to Catarina Costa of Portugal. And a little bit of a sad face there, but in the end, of course, there was no doubting the winner, and it was Koga Wakana of Japan. And this youngster here has no world ranking points until this very moment, and now she has a load of them, and we're going to see a lot more of her in the future.
Yeah, I really like her demeanor. It's like she belongs here. This is where she's not selling it, as we say. She's not putting it over that this is an incredible accomplishment. She's like, no, this is what I'm here to do. This is my destiny. This is my future. And this is just feels right.
And of course, they have great history of 48 kilo fighters. And this youngster here has just come in and just won a major Grand Prix tournament.
Beautiful technique. Every match has a winner, every match has a loser, and it's tough to see the emotion on the losers sometimes because they put so much into it. Truly, nobody deserves to lose, but, you know, it's the nature of the game.
So now just the national anthem of Japan.
Awesome. Look at those flags. Japan, Portugal, Argentina, Israel. What an international event. I love this sport.
So now the family picture, of course, and we'll have confirmation of the medals here. Rishoni, of course, and Pareto get the bronze medals there, Israel and Argentina. Costa of Portugal gets the silver, and Koga of Japan gets the gold.
The competition's over for these young ladies. They can have some fun, relax, maybe do a little sightseeing, cheer on their teammates. But the work has been done. The results are in. Now it's fun time.
Okay, so back to the ladies then. The under 52 kilos category, and another Olympic champion up, a former Olympic champion. Sarah Menezes is up for Brazil in white against Korkmaz of Turkey in blue. And, well, you can see there that the former Olympic champion has a world ranking down there at number 52. And she's going to try and qualify, of course, for the next Olympic Games. She was Olympic champion in London at under 48 kilograms, and she has been struggling the last year to find her form, and she's struggling to get back, and she's going for her last Olympic goal, you know, her last Olympic Games, and it's hard, isn't it? You know, you watch them when they've enjoyed such amazing form before, and here they are struggling to reach that pinnacle and that same form.
Yeah, both ladies have tremendous performances today. Menezes did very well in the white gi, and of course, Korkmaz in the blue gi from Turkey. She had a very good day as well. It's a tough division. 52 kilos is pretty stacked.
Yeah, well, Menezes lost in the quarterfinals. She had to do a final repechage match against Guisa of Canada to get this far. And of course, Korkmaz, she was a losing semi-finalist, so she just drops down to the other side of the draw here to fight Menezes.
She's also a pretty tall fighter for that category as well.
Yeah, you can see it, can't you? Just measure it against the referee. I always measure it against the referee. You know, when we see great Teddy Riner, everybody says, oh, he's tall, you know, but you don't realise how tall he is until you look against a normal 6 foot or 2 meter referee. But yeah, he's huge. Teddy Riner comes later, by the way.
Sunday, I believe.
Yes, he does.
And I would make sure he had the shortest referees possible to make him look even bigger on camera.
I'm sure he's going to. I was stood next to him in the lift, and he had to duck to get under the lift. I've never had that problem.
Whoa, very nice.
Was Ari straight away. It wasn't quite on the points of the shoulders, so she didn't get the ippon, but that was a beautiful change of direction, wasn't it?
Yeah, she went for a Poncionagi, then had that deep Kochigari, and here it is again. Beautiful. Really nice.
Remember that they've got to score the landing. So it doesn't matter how high they go or how hard they hit the ground. They've got to score the landing, and it's got to be the top part of the side of the torso or round towards the back that will score.
There was a fighter earlier in the year, Shadi El-Nahas from Canada. He skyrocketed this. I believe he was a fighter from Korea. And he was so high in the air, but he landed on his stomach and didn't get the points for it. But it made the highlight reels, and it made its way around social media. It was very impressive, but we score on the landing.
Absolutely. So a penalty for Menezes. She rotated there without the hands.
Korkmaz is really going for that left hand overhand grip, making no mistake about it. She wants it.
Yeah, Korkmaz has a very awkward stance, and she looks for this left arm right the way over the top. And I'm thinking that Menezes has been watching this, and she's going to try and turn underneath the arm as it comes over.
She seems to be looking to block it as opposed to use it and go with it.
Yeah, she's, like I say, it's a little bit difficult for her just because she's finding it difficult to move. She can't move the same way that she normally does.
Nope, the elbow's past the fulcrum. She will not get that arm lock, but she went for it right away. Mate has been called. They're going to reset, and they're going to do it again. 1 minute, 25 seconds left in this bronze medal contest, 52 kilograms. Menezes from Brazil in the white gi, and İrem Korkmaz from Turkey in the blue gi. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the Montreal Grand Prix, the first ever Montreal Grand Prix. I'm Anthony Corelli, and I am beside Neil Adams.
We've had some fantastic judo today. We've had a real variation, haven't we? Not so many transitions, and you know, sometimes we see more transitions. But here, she's got to be careful here, Menezes, because Menezes is not renowned for her groundwork, and also we've seen her in the same situation a few times. So she's a wazari up, 45 seconds to go, just needs to hold it off.
Yeah, Korkmaz looks like she's going to be dangerous till the very last second. She is not fading at all. She's coming on strong.
These Olympic qualifying points will be absolutely essential for Menezes.
Wow.
At the moment, she's outside of qualification, and it's a situation that she's not used to.
Ooh, there's a second penalty. 36 seconds left. Let's see if Korkmaz can draw that third penalty. I'd let her up. Yeah, okay, here we go. She's trying to get back to the center. 30 seconds left. Let's see what you can do with this 30 seconds. This is for a bronze medal. You can't just push and grip. You have to attack.
Yeah, you've got to put the work in, and sometimes when you're just waiting for those seconds to tick away there, 45 seconds can seem like 45 minutes. It really can. And she hasn't attacked properly. She needs one good attack, but not a bad one. And now we can see that Korkmaz is trying to get her the third penalty.
Wow, it looked like she was willing to take one, to give one, because she has room to take one, but let's see what happens here. 1 second left.
Yeah, I think it's going to be all over. I think Menezes is going to do enough, and certainly it's a well-deserved bronze medal, but it was hard work.
Wow, what a battle. That was a really good contest. She is exhausted. And I don't blame her, because Korkmaz was coming on strong the entire fight. She did not fade at all.
Winner and bronze medalist for women under 50.
No, she kept coming forwards all the time, didn't she? And this lady here, the former Olympic champion, had to work all the way. It's going to be a long 12 months, isn't it, for qualification for the Olympic Games. If she does qualify, and then she's got to go through all the Olympics, of course, and then, you know, is it going to end? Let's just hope it ends how she really wants it to end.
Yeah, I mean, she's getting a medal. She's ranked quite a bit lower than her result today, so hopefully she's going to continue to climb the ranks, you know, improve her confidence and her results, and hopefully peak at the right time come the next Olympics in this division.
So this is the Kouchigari, where she hooks the inside of the legs. You can see there quite clearly the landing right on the side, and that is a wazari. But that wazari was enough.
Yeah, when somebody throws a Kouchigari for Ippon, it's one of my favorite throws. I think it's quite spectacular to score an Ippon from a Kouchigari.
Well, this bronze medal match then, Perench of Poland against Zhong of Korea, and this is an interesting one because Perench is one of 5 Polish ladies at the moment on the circuit that are winning regular medals, and Perench is there again. So watch her, because she'll not stop coming forwards all the time, all the way through this match.
Jeong Bokyoung from Korea is in the blue gi, and of course Agata Perench is in the white gi. This is for a bronze medal, minus 52 kilograms. Montreal 2019, you can see it right there on the mat. This is the first ever Montreal Grand Prix.
Well, the different styles, we were talking about the different styles, weren't we, of the different countries, and I think we can almost see what country they come from by the different, you know, the way they fight and the style that has developed within that country.
Yeah, the regional influence.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because the regional influence being what the wrestling. I mean, a lot of them are wrestling influences as well, aren't they?
Yeah, other types of grappling. We mentioned sambo earlier, wrestling, and some of their native traditional sports as well. Some of the, for example, Turkey has that one where they wear a rope. And
yes, Karash.
Karash, yes. Battling for the grip right now. Wow, wow. Let's see how she landed there. Was that Ippon or was that Wazari? And that's kind of on the cusp of the two, but looks like she got a Wazari for that.
Yeah, terrific, wasn't it? That was absolutely superb.
Very fast. She was completely in the air and landed really hard. Just not a complete back landing. Oh.
Well, that was a close one. We've seen that before, haven't we? Let's have a look at this. Sori Kamigoshi off the sleeves. And brilliantly taken. Ooh. Just not quite on the points of the shoulders there. So they say that if it just lacks one of the main points that make up Ippon, impetus on the points of the shoulders, speed and execution, and if it misses just one of those, they'll give it a Wazari. But that was very close.
Looked like she was going for a drop-down modified Kataguruma. That was stopped.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people said, didn't they, that Kataguruma has been lost, Teguruma has been lost, but, I mean, we've got a lot of very similar hybrid techniques that have come from it. And that was close from Perench. Perench almost counters her then. And this isn't over yet.
Yeah, you know, you go to the well one too many times and they're going to develop that counter, and that was pretty close.
Well, you say go to the well too many times. It's attacking, isn't it, with the same techniques and over again. You get to block it in the end, and then, of course, like you said, the counter comes from it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why people do it. They've had success with it, and they want to go back to it. But it's almost like once you've had success with it, you almost used it up, you know, because they're so good at adapting and defending.
And that's what it's about, isn't it? Adapting. You know, when you can adapt to certain situations, that's what makes the great fighters.
Yeah, and adapting after one attempt or one execution, it's incredible how fast they can make that adaptation.
Well, and there's prime example. Here we go. She got the shimiwaza on. Is that on? That might be on. That
arm is just not. Oh
she's
wait,
gonna
is it
really pulling? She's pulling hard here.
The side of her head, though.
It's underneath the neck, that's for sure. If she can get the leverage there, Perench putting everything into that, and I think that Zhong will try and hold that out. She just manages to do so. You were breathing heavy there as well.
I'm sweating from that. I'm literally sweating from that. And she put so much effort into that.
Yeah, there's the throw again, different angle this time.
I wonder how much fatigue her arm is going to experience because she put everything into that.
Yeah, we were talking about how difficult it is when you put that kind of energy into something. You get up there and your forearms are blown, lactic acid into the forearms. And then your coach on the side there saying, come on, why can't you grip?
Yeah. Yeah, lactic acid's a real thing, man. It's no joke. I don't know what that even was.
Well, it was an attempt at your Kataguruma, which is the Yoko Satemi off to the side, and it was no rotation, didn't break the balance, gets a penalty for it. I didn't mean your Kataguruma, but the one that you talked about.
Mine's a little faster.
And I have no doubt about that. None whatsoever.
Look at the double sleeve grip. Oh, no, that's it. That's a bronze medal.
Yeah, it's all over. She just played those last seconds out, didn't she, Zhong? And she did enough. Sometimes we see the bronze medalists, not a smile on their face, you know, because they came here for more and they expected more. But she's going to be happy with that because it's very important world ranking points.
That's an interesting subject that you touched on there, that a lot of high-level athletes, there's no kids that dream of an Olympic silver medal or bronze medal. You know, they want the top prize, and although that's a massive accomplishment, sometimes a bronze medal just doesn't satisfy that itch.
No, exactly. That was the technique that did it. So great technique won this match, and in the end, Jean, from this very, very low Soli Surikomigoshi, where she plants herself right the way between the legs. She's right the way. The hips are just in perfectly placed. Didn't quite put her on her back for the ippon, but the wazari was good enough to win.
Yeah, the ability to immediately drop down and spring back up. Oh, she's quite happy.
Yeah, smile says it all.
That's quite the different side of her from that, you know, that stoic game face she has.
Yes, it is. It's funny, isn't it, seeing them different situations. So here we go for the final. Then the final is Israel against the USA, and Primo here in white against Delgado, who we saw with a blistering performance, and she is going to be in blue.
Angelica Delgado from the United States of America versus Jeff and Primo from Israel.
Yeah, very close to each other's world rankings, both in the world ranking qualification at the moment. Still, remember, we've got the World Championships still to come, and we've also got Zagreb as well. So 2 events coming up before, well, 1 event coming up before the World Championships, and then we have the World Championships in August.
Yeah, we're in July, and the World Championships are in August. I mean, they're at either end, but that's not long away.
It's not long at all, is it? Still plenty of time. Delgado, brilliant performance in her semi-final against the Turk Kormaz.
Yes, based on the proximity, I saw quite a bit of American judo fans here. Maybe they came up for a drive to cheer on their favorite judoka.
I'm sure they did, and there's a lot there out there in the audience, and I'm sure there's a lot out there watching this.
And nice to be able to drive, because, you know, you want to fly 6 people to Europe or somewhere else in the world. It's quite expensive.
Well, this is what we were saying earlier, isn't it? And certainly, I mean, my wife is Canadian, as you know. If you guys had to come over to Europe, it was expensive, so you'd have to do a tour, make sure you got the training camps in as well, and to compete in every one of the events, it's a fortune.
Yeah, I mean, every food, accommodations, transportation, and then just for an extended period of time, it really adds up. That's why we'd like to thank all the sponsors that sponsor the judo all over the world. Without you guys, a lot of these events wouldn't be possible. So we're
eternally grateful. Well, Delgado here trying to pull back a two-match deficit. Wow. She's lost 2 times to Primo. The Israel machine is just going from strength to strength. They have such a strong female team, and they've got such a strong male team as well. And they'll be contending world medals in both the male and the female for sure. And world titles as well.
Yeah, not a massive country, but they definitely put out some excellent judo athletes.
Well, they've got a great coaching system. They've got some great coaches. And also, they've got, they all train at the big training center. And they all work together as a team. It really is a fantastic team effort.
Like a family.
Well, it is like a family, and a lot of teams now going over there to train with them.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, no, a lot. And it's, it's their military camp that they all train at. It's, it's an amazing place.
Yeah, so, I mean, investing in the infrastructure and the facilities, I think it has an immediate reaction to the sport. I mean, look at Canada, for example. Here, they invested several years back in the Olympic Training Center and the Olympic Stadium, and the results seem to be...
They seem to be following, don't they? Absolutely, they do. But, you can have great facilities, and it doesn't work. But, if you've got great facilities and a coaching structure as well, then you've got success. So now Delgado really taking the fight to Primo, and Primo just looking, well, for the same kind of techniques. And I think that both of them, you know, they say that you normally get caught with your own technique, and they're both of them looking for the same direction. Hips across there from Delgado.
I like Delgado. She has that black eye, and she just makes her look tough, like a little scrapper.
Well, she has. She's been in the wars today, that's for sure, but great performance.
Whoa, yeah. They're loaded up there. Wow.
That's why I say both of them just sticking the hips across there for Ogoshi, for the Tsurugoshi, and look at that, Koshiguruma now from Primo.
Let's see here. She's gonna pick her up. Oh, I thought she was gonna take her the other way, take her backwards. They're not quite identical.
It's not quite, is it? But it's the same kind of way, you know.
They're similar.
Yeah.
Even their size, their look.
The gold medal contest then, the under 52 kilos category.
They could pass for cousins.
Yeah, they would.
Ooh.
Oh, now then, did she land? I don't think she did, and well, I can tell you now, the referee absolutely spot on, and she always is spot on, and one of the best decision makers that we've got. And it's not her that asked for this, but it's the two judges at the side. I don't think it had the landing. That's my opinion.
Look at this.
And I think that what happened was it was just a little bit too on the front. And so if the rest of the side of the torso had hit the ground, it would have been slightly different.
So it seems that the side of the shoulder touched.
Yeah, just the shoulder, but not the thing. It won't count. I don't think it'll count. They won't have it.
Because the gi may have also rotated a bit to make it look even more so. And that's it, Mate, no score.
And she tries it again there, Delgado. Delgado's the one throwing caution to the wind here.
She's going for it. Great attitude and great mindset, both fighters. Just going for it. There's no playing games here. 56 seconds left. Gold medal match. 52 kilograms. Montreal Grand-Prix. United States versus Israel. Primo versus Delgado. This is exciting. Look at this grip. Look at this grip. She's tough.
Yes, now then, something's going to happen here. What's going to happen here? One of them's going to go here. Oh, well, the referee let it go just for that split second there. I think we would have had a score from that.
Her facial expression was telling it all. She knew she was in jeopardy, and she just held on. This has to be one of my favorite fights so far. Whoa!
Yeah, exactly. It's really to and fro, isn't it? It's a great match from these two. Absolutely. Brilliant final. That was a close one. Delgado there with a Kosoto Gak. And now something's going to happen again.
Man, 7 seconds. The audience is really into this too.
So it looks like it's going to go into golden score.
There it is. Golden score coming up. Golden score for a gold medal, 52 kilograms. Audience showing their appreciation. What's the expression? It's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the fight in the dog. Or these two girls.
I can't say that. I can never say that.
These two girls full of fight, that's for sure.
They are. That's absolutely. They would. I'd say it completely the wrong way around that. Now.
Oh, she had her back.
She was looking for the Kosoto as well.
Did she have? Oh, no, she let go of the choke.
She's trying for the Sangaku here. Now, she can turn it into the hold down. She's got the lock off.
Oh, she has it deep. That's hooked.
Yeah, she's got it deep in, but can she get the leverage to turn for the hold down?
She has to turn her. She let it up. Wow.
Well, I think she let it up for the same reasons that we were talking about there, the amount of energy expended. And she just said, well, now I've got a little bit more to give here first.
The one thing that's nice about this is they're both stand-up fighters. There's no bending over here. I mean, they're a little susceptible to some quick little ashiwaza. Let's see if that happens. they're both responding so well from, or reacting really well for each other's attacks, which makes them susceptible to a fake and a counter. We'll see if it happens.
Well, of course, Delgado, she's ahead because Primo has got the 2 Shidos on the board. She's coming forwards now, though, Primo. Well, they're really going at it. Who's going to make the mistake? And it's going to be a mistake by somebody, I think, that will cost.
Yeah, some fighters would sit back and you know, utilize that Shido, but not Delgado. She's coming. She's coming on strong. She wants this gold medal.
Arm over again there. Delgado goes for the Sumigesh.
No. Let's see what she can do here. She's going to hold on for Mate. They're going to stand back up, and she's going to reevaluate that attack. Some family and friends cheering her on.
It's the Israeli coach as well. He got sent out, of course, and so he's not allowed to coach for the rest of the day. Now, is that going to be it? I think it is. I think that's the Wazari there, and it was Primo that took Delgado down.
Yeah.
What a fight that was.
Yeah, gold medal. She just countered her and exposed enough of her back to the mat to get the Wazari. Man, her back was against the wall, too. She had 2 Shidos against her. And she came out with a gold medal.
That was a superb final. It really was. That's what judo's all about. And it's okay, so not always ending in Ippon, but that had all the ingredients, didn't it? A good tactical match. Both fighters were open and they didn't mind taking chances, and that reflected in that match.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Taking chances makes for exciting matches. And then you add in the other factors, you know, appearing to be evenly matched in strength and speed and even size. Perfect recipe.
Yeah, perfect recipe for this crowd here. And that Kosoto counter there was what finished it all off. And again, Delgado was the one. She was initiating there, just off balance as she started to rotate in there. And it was just that counter attack there. So that Casey was there. You're not allowed to go onto your own back when it comes to any kind of counter. And she didn't there. She just turned it. It was beautifully executed and enough to win the gold medal. Brilliant.
Yeah. She caught her feet for a split second. They seemed to be too close across and lost her balance.
But that's what it's about, isn't it? That split second can cost you dearly, you know, and that little bit of lack of concentration. But that was brilliant stuff. Well done, girls. That was something to see.
Yeah, that was fun. And the way they were opening up, they were susceptible to counters, but, you know.
Yeah, but, and, you know, you see a fight like that and you think something's going to happen, don't you? So, Mr. Marius Visa, there, the president of the International Judo Federation, is about to present the prizes in this under 60 kilos category. Started with 22 judoka, ends with these 4 here, the 4 medalists. Brilliant performance from all of them. And, well, Lee stands up there for the bronze medal, the first bronze medals in this under 60 kilos category. Adonis Diaz of the USA gets the second one. The silver medal, the world ranked #1 coming into this competition, Mishvidabadze of Russia. But wow, you cannot mistake the gold medalist here. This brilliant man here, a 2-time world champion, Nahosi Takato, wins the gold medal, and he wins it in absolute style.
Yeah, beautiful left-handed Uchimata. No mistake about it. He is the champion of today.
Uchimata Sakeishi, and it was Mishvidabadze that starts it off, doesn't he? That little bit of a twitch, and look at his sidestep there, and he just takes the inside of the leg. His support leg was on the outside, but it was the hands that played the key element here, and he just rotates his opponent cleanly onto his back for the Ippon. Absolute brilliance from the world champion.
Yeah, an immediate realization that he just lost.
That little point there, he said, I am world champion. And now, the second time, the Japanese national anthem.
Thank you very much. Now, second picture between Lisa and Judo.
What a brilliant category that was. Family picture, as always, and of course confirmation of the medals. And Nicholas Gill up there as well with the president. Nicholas Gill doing a great job in Canada. Lee Diaz, bronze medals then, USA and Korea. And Mishva Dabadze of Russia gets the silver. But the champion here in the under 60 kilos category, the world champion, Takato, just does the business.
Again, a display of sportsmanship and camaraderie. Everybody knows what everybody else goes through because we all do the same sacrifices and train the same way. And here we go. 66 kilos. One division up. Valois from Canada in the white gi. And Katz from Austria in the blue gi.
Yeah, Nathan Katz, great to see him there. And of course, representing, he's Australian actually. It's I made the same mistake. But Nathan Katz, him and his brother trained so hard, and of course, to see them to get medals here would be absolutely amazing for their Olympic qualification. They have the different qualification, of course, possibilities in Australia. But here he is. Great chance for him, but he's already 1-0 down against Valois of Canada. Here we go, Valois in white.
Yeah, Katz is like a German name, which kind of threw me off there. I thought it was Austria, but that'd be A-U-T.
Yeah, they are super. Him and his brother travel all over the world. They do all of the Grand Prix, not all of them, but they do a lot of the Grand Prix, and family follow as well. So his dad will be watching with great interest, and all his teammates.
I've seen his brother fight before, actually.
Yes.
I wonder if Valois can capitalize on the energy from this hometown crowd.
Well, it's interesting that you should say that, because I was talking to a couple of people really about home advantage. Not always the best thing for people. You know, I would have liked an Olympic Games or a major event on home ground. Always used to fight well against in my, British Open when we had that. But it doesn't always suit everybody. You know, some people find the extra pressure just a little bit too much.
Yeah, 100%. If you're already susceptible to nerves and anxiety, that hometown pressure can put you over the edge.
Were you a nervous fighter?
No, I don't think no, I think I maybe thrived on it a little bit when I think back.
We talked about the Olympic tunnel syndrome, didn't we? You're just coming out that tunnel and just getting ready to fight, and like situations like this, chance of a medal, can he do it? And I
found, that sometimes the first time on a large stage,
yes,
the larger the stage, I think you have to get one in the books just to kind of accept the fact that you're there sometimes.
It's breaking the glass ceiling, isn't it, a lot of the time? Well, Katz trying to be first in with the attack every time. And Valois just trying to get ahead of it. Both sleeves being dominated.
Yeah, a lot of double sleeve grips today.
Yeah, there's an awful lot, and that's why, of course, the penalties are pretty stiff. If you've just got a double sleeve grip or a sleeve grip that's pushed down, then the referee will be on it. So he'll be on this any second now if they don't attack within the next couple of seconds. Halfway through the contest already. 4 minutes for the first part of this contest. Say that. Oh, now then. That could score. If you can still, as they're starting to rise off the ground now, you can attack and score.
Especially if you haven't gone down.
Well, no, even if you are down and you start to come back up again, now you can score from it. The ones that you can't, if they're on both hands and knees, you can't pull somebody up off the ground to score it. But certainly if both of us are just starting to come up, and you can capitalize on it and score.
Oh, wow.
And one of the reasons is that people were, of course, staying on all fours and waiting for the mate. So it's to stop that, waiting for the break in the contest.
Often I find with this double sleeve grip and somebody goes for a spin through attack, now potentially the gi is tightly wrapped around your finger, and if anything happens there, you could really injure a finger because it's really tightly wound up in that gi.
And it happens, doesn't it, all the time? Toes and fingers,
Yeah.
the bane of a judo man's life.
Yeah.
Or woman, of course.
And nails, nail length.
Yeah. That's going to be a penalty. I think that Kat's there.
Whoa,
that's
a Rosari at least. That was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, well, that didn't stop. And the reason, yeah, it never stopped. And the reason that he got the score for that is because Katz just hesitated for that split second. It was a lovely technique. An appreciative crowd up there. Watch this. So Katz was just on the way up.
Wow.
The contest doesn't stop, and that was a really nice technique. And that was kind of borderline there as to whether he was on all fours. Just starting to come up, he was. So Katz knows what he has to do now, last 30 seconds.
That was a really good, the way he adjusted. He was coming up with him on the front of his foot. Then as he got high enough, he repositioned his feet to increase the lift.
Yeah, home crowd gonna love this.
Yeah, use it. That's very good, very smart. Wind down that clock. Stay busy, stay busy. Don't allow for a mate. It's a smart tactic by Valois. And this audience is getting louder as the time winds down.
Yeah, it's all finished. The crowd absolutely appreciative of that. And well-deserved. It really was well-deserved. It was a really nice technique, and it was just caught on the way up from the groundwork position.
Yeah,
but
that's
credit
awesome
to this man here, because Katz has had an amazing tournament, really has, and fought tremendously well all day.
Yeah, he's a young man. He's going to have many more opportunities to get some more medals.
Well, the other thing is, of course, 5th place here, it still picks up medals, so he'll still have some points. Canada are on the map. They get a medal.
Let's see that smile again by Mr. Valois. He's pretty happy. There he is. So is the audience. That's awesome. What a moment. I gotta check. Is that the first Canadian medal at the first Montreal Grand Prix? Is that what that is?
Yes, it is. First medal for Canada.
There, look at that second adjustment. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was. And so Katz starts to come up, and as he starts to come up there, just the balance. And, you know, we've talked about it so many times about the action-reaction, and I like this rule, the fact that you cannot stop. You've always got to be aware about the defense as well. And, of course, Valois just really taken advantage of that whole movement.
Excellent aerial awareness by Katz to, you know, make that not an ippon and kind of rotate to his side. Because for a while there, he was going to go on his back, and that was going to be it.
Second bronze medal match, Basu of Mauritius here, and he's up against Nathan Burns of Ireland. Nathan Burns fighting for a medal here with a great chance.
Yeah, Nathan Burns, what a day. Tough guy, and just really had an excellent performance today.
And he battled away here as well, and you know, he's been so close so many times, Nathan Burns. And of course, I know everybody from his club, I know how hard he works, and he's been so close over the last few months. He's been so close to a major medal, so he'll be really gunning to try and get this medal under his belt.
Yeah, Imad Basu was the gentleman I saw warming up today, and just the way he was moving caught my attention, and he moves really well, and he's fast, and he's precise, and he also had a very nice day. Let's see which one of these two gentlemen is going to walk away with a bronze medal. 66-kilogram bronze medal contest. Basu in the white versus Burns in the blue. Here we go. Basu looks really tall.
Yeah, he does. And of course, Nathan Burns of Ireland will be trying to disappear underneath and as best he possibly can. Yeah, there's a difference, isn't there, in stance? Total difference in stance.
Yeah, Basu stands up straight. His weight seems to be on the front leg a little bit, but he was able to lift it there.
Well, they're going to have to open up in a minute. They'll have to attack.
Look at those are really long legs on Basu there. Let's see if he can use those for some, maybe a Nuchimata or
now
something.
He's going to go in. Burns is just setting him up and just about to go in, but just about not good enough. So they'll both get Shido, I think.
Yeah, it's funny. You have to invest that time on those boundaries in order to get that reaction that you're looking for. And it requires patience, but sometimes, you know, the referees don't have patience, and you can get penalized for, you know, trying to keep them on that border. Whoa. Wow.
That was a nice one, wasn't it? Dropped underneath there, Basu.
That little hip fake just before it was really nice.
Looking for the start of the Jujigatami. Got to be on to the arm first of all. Now it's going to go the other way.
Well, elbow escaped. If he had that leg over the head, split second earlier where the elbow was still trapped.
Yeah, drops Cianagi there and comes off the other side.
It looks like Basu is a little more comfortable in the Tachiwaza game. And Burns, he's obviously very comfortable with Newaza. Let's see if he can get it to the ground. There's one, and now he comes on top immediately to the ground.
Yep, I don't think he can afford too many of those, so he'll have to give that one a miss. And I think one of the dangers of the sacrifice throws in order to put an attack in is that if you don't get it right, it's an immediate penalty. You've only got two that you can do safely. Third one, of course, is Honsokomaki disqualification.
Yeah.
So we've got to be careful with it. They get one that they can kind of get away with there.
They're locking up their hands like a knuckle lock there.
Kieran Ward, who is the Irish team coach and manager, has done a great job with the Irish team. Has had more success with this Irish team on the international stage than anyone ever from Ireland, and he's just doing a great job. And he was a great judoka himself, so you know, it's great to see him having that kind of success.
It looks like he may have banged his left knee up a little bit. That's Basu from Mauritius. He seems to be okay. Kind of walked it off a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt till you get off, does it? When you wake up the next morning, it's there, isn't it?
Yeah. Is he going to try for that second effort? No, his foot's too high.
Well, all the time looking for the transition into the Newaza here, Nathan Burns. No points, though, for rolling on top. You've got to get up and you've got to attack. The attacks that count are the standing ones, and the ones on the ground, they're the ones that hopefully score. He's got a turnover, he does here.
He does, yep.
Oh, he's very, very close with that, wasn't he, Burns?
Yeah, he blocked his arm, which prevented him from stopping the turnover. He just couldn't lock up that, you know, the neck and the shoulder. Burns does not look fatigued at all, but Basu is starting to show signs of fading, unless it's just the way he... Whoa!
So close.
So sudden. That was fast, like a hiccup.
I'm going to use that one. I'm stealing that one again.
He's ready to get down. Okay, he has that far side lapel, and he has to type that head. Nope, he's getting back up. 14 seconds. This looks like it's going to go to golden score, but I don't want to jinx anything, so let's see. Second Shido for Basu, one more, and that's it.
Yeah, second one. He's just behind, isn't he? Because Burns of Ireland just ahead on the attacks and doing a great job here. It's going left and right, transitioning into the groundwork as well. Well, this is where you need to pile on the pressure, of course, not to stand back. Those Shidos.
There it
oh,
is.
It's all over.
He started it.
I think he started it for sure. Absolutely on the bell. And Kieran Ward, big smile on his face there. What a medal and what an ippon that was. Absolute brilliance, literally on the bell.
And it's funny, I was just going to mention that Basu's reflexes seemed to be slowing down, and then he got under him so quickly and he didn't even react in time. I want to see the replay if that sound, when his back hit the mat, it's like it rang the gong.
Are we going to hear it in slow motion? Nathan Burns,
nice
it's
job.
Great to see him with a world-class medal, and he's been working so hard for that. Massive points for him for Olympic qualification. That's what he's here for as well, and well, I'm just so happy for him. Really, I am.
He really earned that today. Brilliant showing, brilliant display. And
here's the technique there. We can't hear the actual bell going at the same time, but that was smack on the bell, and really the ippon was absolutely on the bell. It was right on point, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff.
Yeah,
what a
he initiated the throw. It seemed like a split second before the bell, and that means that the attack will count.
Well, I can tell you now, Nathan Burns, that technique there will be on the 101 ippons, the next one, the next batch, because that was superb.
Oh, he's fired up there. Well deserved, Mr. Burns, well deserved.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final. Men under 66 kg.
And these are two gentlemen that you thought would be in the final. Ganbold Kerlin from Mongolia and Kenneth van Gansbeek from Belgium. And here they are in the finals for the gold medal, minus 66 kilograms.
Yeah, Kenneth van Gansbeek is, well, was one of my ex-students, and a few years back now, of course, he's gone on and become really in contention for a major tournament win. Great to see him in there against Ganbold. And Ganbold, I can tell you, has been there around about for a long time now. He's world ranked number 10, and what a chance he's got.
Yeah, both these gentlemen looked strong from the beginning, and here they are at the end for the gold medal. 66 kilograms, Montreal Grand-Prix 2019, the first ever, and we are underway. Ganbold just looks cool as a cucumber, eh?
I was just about to say that exact thing there. You know, Van Gansbeek now just needs to get hold of his nerves and just really take the fight to the Mongolian, because he has the capability of fighting him really well.
Yeah, you can see the way Ganbold fights. He must be just freakishly strong. His posture is excellent. He has that confidence knowing that he has that strength to back him up.
Do you know, everybody that's fought him has said that he has freak strength, but it's all the Mongolian fighters. They all have that, the kind of strength that you're born with, you know, and it's genetic, absolutely genetic. Oof. That was very, very close there. Somebody was almost inspecting the rafters up there. It
Yeah.
was very, very close.
That was some tippy-toe judo, that's for sure. Well, they definitely got the attention of everybody here now.
Yeah, they did.
3 minutes, 6 seconds to go. I mean, we're talking about Gambold's strength, but Van Gansbeek is obviously pretty strong himself to be in this gold medal contest. And he seems to be the larger of the fighters as well, the larger of the two.
Yeah, he's had a good run through, Kenneth Van Gansbeek against Nathan Katz in the semi-final. He also was the winner over El Idris of the USA, and he was a winner also of the Marquardt of Canada. He's had a great run through, and he fully deserves being in this final.
Oh, look at that transition to that grip. Whoa, whoa. Wow, he's able to just nullify any attack that he went for.
Yeah, like you say, it's like hitting a brick wall, and you can see it is. But, you know, the funny thing is that sometimes they are physically incredibly strong. They're massive throwers, and with all massive throwers or massive punches, you know, if it's boxing, if we use that analogy again, sometimes leave yourself open, you know. So when he does go, he sometimes goes big, you know. It's just the way I think these big throwers, that's always the way. Now then, something, as soon as he gets that arm round there, you'll watch Kenneth Van Gansbeek there just start to panic a little, or a lot.
Yeah, when they have each other at, you know, arm's length, it's not so, it doesn't feel like you're in jeopardy. But once they get body to body, someone's going to go.
Oh, that was close as well.
Yeah, that was interesting technique.
Well, he changed the actual angle of that technique, didn't he, there? Looked for the Yoko Sutemi, but it was almost from the Sumigaeshi grip.
We mentioned earlier as well, Van Gansbeek breathing, but it's not fatigue-based. It seems to be anxiety or stress-based, just to keep himself grounded, so to speak.
Yeah, it's like anything, isn't it? Trying to grab the oxygen. So Gambold now, for me, has to go to work because he's just been kind of sitting back there, defending very, very well, and we need a direct attack from him as well.
Look how calm he is right now. Just
on
his heels.
Very calm, but still needs to initiate, and he takes to take the fight to the Belgian. Now he does. Here we go.
Yeah, sometimes they slow down that rhythm and kind of draw him into a false sense of pace and then just change gears and change speed and try and fire off an explosive attack. Let's see if that's his strategy. Because he looks like he's slow and side to side, really drawing him in, throwing off his pace, and all of a sudden he explodes. It looks like he's going for that kind of, whoops.
Well, no, well, that was, well, I know what he was trying to do there, but Van Gansbeek, it wasn't a technique. Name the technique. You know, we spoke about that earlier,
Power
you know.
bomb.
Yeah, it's, you know, we've got to be a little bit careful with that. And he has to be careful that he doesn't cross the line. You know, so, for example, if we had somebody high up in the air and you smash them down, it's against the spirit of. So you've got to be a little bit careful. It's got to be within the spirit of judo.
Yeah, it's funny because if they do that from standing and initiate, pick a guy up and slam him, that's a score. But if they're on the ground and they pick him up then and slam them, that's not good. So was that Newaza?
But it has to be part, that's what I'm saying, of a technique that we can name and the one that we recognize, yeah.
Yeah, that was just a...
Otherwise, you know, if it's a rugby tackle, it's, yeah, we can't do that now, you know.
Maybe we have to make a name Slammy Gaeshi or something.
Well, that definitely was Slammy Gaeshi. That was it.
Let's see here. 5 seconds left. This is going to go on the golden score. The time kind of...
It's a great indicator, actually, isn't it, that it's a good match. You know, when the time goes so quick, it's an interesting one. It's not a massive ippon match like we've seen in some of them, but it's a really interesting match.
Okay, this is a whole brand new fight now. This is playoffs.
Any score on the board now will win it. 2 more penalties against either one.
That's a strong overhand. Oi, yay.
Well, he went off the belt grip there, Gambold, as well. He's straight onto the belt there. The Russians do it a lot as well. The Mongolians do it a lot in their form of wrestling, where they grip the belt and then immediately in for their technique. So watch it again when he goes in. And sometimes he does an overhand grip on the belt in order to pull the hips towards him. And it completely controls the middle section.
I'm going to watch for it now. It looked like he went for an Osoto, and then he was going to follow around back with like a... Oh, no. Wow.
Yeah, so again, trying to attack as Van Gansbeek was coming up off the ground. But Van Gansbeek just fighting out of his skin here against a really informed Gambold of Mongolia. Best I've ever seen him fight here, Kenneth Van Gansbeek.
They're so different. These are not like the earlier matches. These guys are, one guy's cool, calm, and collective, one guy's bent over, one guy's standing up straight. I mean, very different fighters here. Very different styles.
Yeah, it's who can keep their nerve here. And like you said before, Anthony, he's really cool, calm, and collected, Gambold, but it's not going his way, so he's going to start taking a few chances. And if Van Gansbeek is going to steal this, it'll be off a mistake, I think, from Gambold.
Wow. A little bit of a slip when they were breaking grips there, but he's able to spin out and land on his stomach and hit. Wow, second penalty. I didn't see what the call was.
I think just the hard work of Gambold, just sneaking ahead. Now Osodagari! Oh, now his elbow, only one elbow touched the floor there for me. The other one didn't touch, and I don't think he'll score it.
See, I'd score that, I think, just because there was a direct attack. He was able to sit up and roll out, but he was... No, but they're not going to give it. I guess the criteria wasn't met.
Yeah, no, the criteria wasn't met, and the thing is, it's got to be 2 elbows together. It's the closest we've been so far.
Yeah.
Tries the Osoto again. Now Van Gansbeek. Ooh.
Put himself in harm's way a little bit there with that attack. I think now his breathing is because he's tired.
I think so. I think
both guys starting to show a little, you know, wear and tear.
Yeah, like I said, you know, this is the time now for Van Gansbeek to steal this, because the Mongolian, it's not quite going his way. He realizes he's got to take a chance here. So they've now been fighting for 6.5 minutes. Tominagi.
Nope, stopped the momentum. But his foot was in the right place. Sometimes I see when guys do that, their foot is really high up in the sternum area, and it's really hard to rotate someone with such little leverage. But that was in the right spot. That was in his stomach.
Yeah, he gets away with it. And, I mean, as far as the passivity is concerned, so now Van Gansbeek goes forwards.
He's going to have to attack.
Oh, nice Ashiwaza. Somebody's going to go here. Something's going to happen. Looking for the Sumigaeshi.
Wow.
This is this really is back and forth, isn't it? 3 minutes into golden score.
Yeah, the crowd really seems to like golden score and the tension it provides.
Well, especially you said it, didn't you? You said in the final here, it's creating so much interest.
Ooh. I know he just was feeling that out a bit, but that could have had some potential. Ooh. Ashiwaza.
It's a right-to-right situation now. One of them's going to commit. Oh, and I think it could be Van Gansbeek stealing that. And now, did he actually counter him? That'll go to video referee here. He thinks it's Ippon, but he's not refereeing the match, don't forget. It's all down to the referee and, of course, now video referee as to whether that scores. Osoda Gary and Van Gansbeek, you've got to ask yourself, did he direct that back? And I don't think he did. I don't think he directed it. It was more Gambold's. It's Gambold's movement, and it wasn't Van Gansbeek.
Yeah, he just ducked really far under and exposed his back, but I don't think it was Van Gansbeek's attack.
No, I think if he'd have given it a little bit more, it would have been there, but I don't think so. But here we go. It still continues.
Yeah, I'm happy I didn't have to call that live as a referee. That would have been confusing.
Well, as a supervisor, it's the supervisors that went there, and that was a close one there.
3 minutes, 51 seconds into golden score for the minus 66 kilogram gold medal contest. Gambold from Mongolia in the white gi. Van Gansbeek from Belgium in the blue gi. And the tension is revved up here.
Wow, we can feel it up here. The crowd are on the edge as well. So this is where you've got a different match now, because you can see slightly different look in his face there now than when we began this contest. And it's anything now. I'll take anything that you give to me.
Yeah, there's two different types of quiet. One is bored, and one is because they're sitting at the edge of their seat and they're just watching every single moment. And that's what we have here. Everyone's just invested in this match, in the outcome. Oh, he's looking for that Osoto again with this grip.
Yeah, he can't afford another penalty, Van Gansbeek, and he might get it for that. I'm not sure. They're going to let it go on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was just for that last one. I mean, he went onto his hands and knees.
Yeah, the audience
just about, you know what I mean?
satisfied.
The crowd don't like it, and it was a really good final. It was very, very close. I think just that end, it was just touch and go whether it was, but, you know.
Yeah, they put so much into that. That's not the way you want to see somebody win, but it's understandable. It makes sense. It's just...
It did make sense.
You know they were capable of something more spectacular.
Yes.
Third gold medal for Mongol Finland in the Grand Prix. Congratulations.
Mongolian representation here in Montreal.
Yeah, it's interesting. Just see our president of federation just, yeah, not altogether happy with that. But like you said, there it could have, you know, we kind of understood the decision, but after such a hard match, maybe just let it continue just that little bit longer. But anyway, the decision was made. Kenneth Van Gansbeek has to be satisfied with the silver, and Gambold of Mongolia just does enough in the end for the gold medal.
Yeah, I'd be interested in speaking with Van Gansbeek to have his take on that and his, you know, level of disappointment.
Yeah, sure. So the medal ceremony is just happening now, and it's the under 52 kilos category, ladies, and we've got some wow, some excellent judoka up there on that rostrum, I can tell you.
Yeah, 57 kilos coming up, and the main event for the Canadian audience is two Canadians, of course, Christina Deguchi and Jessica Klimke in the finals coming up.
Yeah, it's just about to happen. The bronze medals here in the under 52 kilos category. Of course, Sarah Menezes of Brazil receives the bronze medal, as does Jeon Byung-kyung of Korea. She receives hers. The silver medal, well-deserved, which goes to Delgado of the USA, and what a performance she put up. That was an awesome match, it really was. And Geffen Primo of Israel receives the gold medal. What a match they had. It went back and forth all the time. Either one of them could have gone, and in the end it was Primo that came out the winner.
You think that was fight of the day?
I think it was, yeah, it was up there, wasn't it? You know, but we just saw one there. And I think that 66 kilos category as well was just, you know, it was back and forth as well, wasn't it? This was the score that eventually got it. It was in golden score. And, well, it was Primo that just managed to take it. Delgado committed and Primo countered.
Well, so far it's been a fantastic day one of competition here at the Montreal Grand Prix. One more division coming up, 57 kilogram women.
Ladies and gentlemen, please hold the rise for the national anthem.
National anthem then of Israel.
Thank you very much. Now, taking the picture between Miss and Judo.
Family picture, and all the medalists now can have a little bit of a discussion and relax a little bit till the next one, which isn't too far away, I can tell you. Menezes and Jean take the bronzes. Delgado of the USA, well-deserved silver medal. What a brilliant fight she put up. And, of course, Primo of Israel carries on the under 48 kilos category, and all the success that they've had in the past in the under 48 kilos category, the Israelis, and she carries it on. A well-deserved performance and a gold medal for her.
It's so interesting how different they look when they're smiling on the podium as opposed to that game face they come to the mat with.
It's true, isn't it?
Look like different people.
Yeah. Well, another chance of a medal here for Nelson Levy of Israel here, as she's up against Liba of Belgium.
Yeah, Israel seemed to send an excellent contingent here today. You see them fighting for a lot of medals.
Well, like I said, a lot of depth as well, and it's a lot of Israeli competitors are going to be fighting for medals, I think, or roundabouts, certainly in the Olympic Games as well. I think it's going to be one of their best Olympic Games, or potentially so too, anyway.
Mina Lebier from Belgium in the white gi, and of course Timna Nelson Levy in the blue gi from Israel. Here they go.
Like you said, great interest here because we've got an all-Canadian final, but that's still to come. 2 bronze medal matches first of all. Straight into the attack here. Look at that, Nelson Levy taking no prisoners, just looking for the strangle immediately. Can she get the leverage? She might be underneath there. I thought she was.
Yeah, I thought she also could have used that as leverage to potentially pin her.
Yeah, well, if it's underneath, then, you know, just to take them over, they've got to roll, haven't they? They have to roll. Oof. Well, almost counted there, wasn't she? Nelson Levy committed. Liber tries the Kayashiwaza.
Man, she's definitely applying the grab-and-go philosophy is Libier from Belgium. She gets a grip and she attacks immediately.
That grab and go, you know, that's attacking off the grip, and I often talk about attacking off the grip, you know, because so often we're fighting for grips. The French are renowned for it, where they'll be already moving in, catch the grips on the way in, and that grab and go, so successful. A lot of them train it as well.
Fonseca from Portugal, I find, is really good at that too. He doesn't even have a grip of you yet, and he seems like he's coming in for
How
the throw.
explosive is that guy?
Yeah.
One of the most explosive fighters. So Nelson Levy, she's the one that came out, started it all off, but Libier given as good as she's getting.
Again, time is just ticking away. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. There's no score on the board, no penalties on the board.
Yeah, looking for the Sumigashi there, Nelson Levy.
Okay, here we go. We're halfway in. There's a Shido, so they'll open up a little bit.
Got to be careful of that, just latching onto the front leg and almost made a mistake. That might be the mistake now. Osai Komi. So now needs to hold for 20 seconds.
Wow, she actually locked up the upper body. This is going to be tight. But when the hold down started, she seemed like she didn't have a good grip of her, and Libier would be able to escape, but now she's tightened it up quite a bit.
Tightened it up around the top half of the body there, and it's all over. Nelson Levy wins another medal for Israel.
She did not waste that much time. There was 1 minute and 38 seconds left on the clock. No golden score here. Bronze medal by Nelson Levy from Israel with an Ippon Osai Komi.
Winner and bronze medalist for women under 57 kilograms in blue, representing Israel.
Which is good. I think the Canadian audience wants to get to a particular match coming up.
You think?
Yeah, it's a win-win.
I think we're going to have a little bit of atmosphere in here any second now, but still one more bronze medal match before we get there.
Julia Kowalczyk from Poland in the blue gi against Johanna Müller from Germany in the white gi.
Yeah, that's still to come. This is how the hold down occurred here. Look at the arm here, already under control.
She grabs her own lapel.
Yeah, she grips her own lapel and just forces the Belgian onto her back here. It was all about control of the upper part of the body, and now all she needed to do was readjust the balance and just create a wider base. So brilliant stuff, nice transition through, and it paid off.
Yeah, initially when she did it, I didn't see that she had fortified the grip by grabbing her own lapel, and I was wondering why she couldn't escape, but you know, after looking at the replay, she was tied up pretty good. Obviously, she got pinned.
Second bronze medal match then, Müller of Germany, one of the few Germans that is over here for this tournament, and Kowalczyk of Poland, then her opponent. Some of these athletes are self-funding and they're traveling to different places. They have sponsors and different things. Kowalczyk and Müller, well, Müller, I know, I mean, she's got a world ranking of 101, so this is an effort, I think, to pick up world ranking points. So she's all the way over from Germany. And of course, we just had the European Cup, the European Games, should I say, and the European Championships incorporated within those games. So a lot of the top Germans were there fighting at those games.
When I hear that athletes are self-funded, it bothers me so much that they don't have the funding to go to as many tournaments as they want. I mean, what a small investment, not only for an athlete, but an athlete that has the potential to inspire so many others.
Well, exactly, yeah. On the sleeves again, both these fighters, they won't be able to pin the sleeves, they'll have to go in.
Yeah, Müller looks a lot more comfortable with this double sleeve grip. Oh, now Kowalczyk has a pretty solid grip too. Well, she has one lapel. Sometimes when somebody's doing a double sleeve grip, it's hard to tell what hand they are. Are they left or they right? Because they're grabbing the same way.
Well, of course, the Cuban women were absolutely super at that. They'd pin the sleeves, get the reaction, and then disappear underneath, you know. But that was when the great Ronaldo was in charge. There was going to be a Shido each.
Let's see if this opens up the contest a little bit here. Kowalczyk, left-handed. Mueller, we don't know. Double sleeve grip.
Yeah, well, that's it. Sometimes, I mean, they'll hold it a
there she
right-handed grip and throw left.
Yeah, I mean, a fighter at this level should be able to go both sides anyway. At least have something in their
Yeah,
arsenal.
at least something. Well, you're right. It's got to be at least something. Now something's going to happen here.
Oh, man.
Changes the direction
Oh,
there, Muller.
gosh. Her arm is really badly behind her back. That could have been an injury, but she seems to be okay.
You felt that, didn't you?
Oh, man, that's yeah. She had the far leg hooked. I don't know how it or when it actually got unhooked, but she had it looked like she could fire off and also Togare.
Yeah, my knees were screaming.
Well, they're going for it now anyway. 2 minutes left in this contest. Bronze medal contest between Mueller from Germany and Kowalczyk from Poland. And they are starting to open up.
Nice change of direction, wasn't it, there? Straight away, Kowalczyk there decides to go for the Sianagi on the opposite side.
Yeah.
So left-handed stance and decided to do the right Sianagi. So it's funny how that works, isn't it? And now goes on the other side here. Wow, the reverse Sianagi there. And Muller having to do some gymnastics to avoid that.
Yeah, for a moment there, it looked quite promising, but of course, she was able to spin out of it. That's going to help. That's going to keep her on her toes, knowing that she's doing these fancy techniques.
Had to beat Kelly Taylor to get here from Canada. Muller.
Okay, they're locked up now. It's a good grip. Let's see what they can do with this. Oh, she's trying to disengage a little bit. Maybe she doesn't feel comfortable.
Well, she's going left to left here now, Muller, and I'm not so sure that's going to suit her because I think Kowalczyk is probably slightly stronger on that left side.
Yeah, just by the way Kowalczyk stands, she looks like she's pretty strong. Quite confident in her own. Whoa, nice coach, you got it.
That's going to be a score, is it? It might be a Wazari scored. Not sure about the landing. The referee was right on that. He was right over the top of it, so he will have seen the landing. So no score given.
Let's see if she can use this. Oh man, she was really close to turning her over there. And if she did, there's that grip we were talking about where you come underneath, grab the far side. Nope, not enough time. The referee stops the action and stands them back up. Back to Tachiwaza. Both ladies fixing their gi.
Yes, tight match. This is going back and forth. One score, I think, will decide this.
Again, we were paying attention to everything they did, and time just ticked away. Now we're going into golden score already. Feels like the match just started.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always interesting, isn't it, when that kind of thing happens, because it means that we're watching the match and looking for the small things within the match. So they're trying to score Ippon. For anybody just joining us here, that's the whole idea. Either from a throw, hold down, or arm lock or strangle for a submission. This time Muller trying to take the arm over the top. They're finding it difficult with these sleeve grips.
Yeah, very, very strong gripping contest here. tactics. Not only trying to get an advantageous grip for themselves, but trying to nullify the attack of their opponent.
Now she's trying to climb, and that's what they do with that particular belt grip here. She's going to climb over and then watch the left leg. Oh, just mate there. I thought that that was a possibility there. The referee will allow it to carry on. If he thinks it's going to end in ippon, should allow it to carry on.
If she had that last leg over, that would have been
curtains.
Curtains. I think she would have been in some deep water there. All right, 1 minute into golden score. Mueller has 2 shidos, so hopefully she can keep up the pace with regards to attacking.
Well, Muller knows that she has to go in. She's got to attack. One more penalty and it will be all over. Kowalczyk there going underneath for the Cianagi.
I think that was a strong enough attack to avoid a penalty. Here they go. Minute 27 seconds in golden score. And of course, by the time I said it, it was a minute 32.
Now she has to attack. Cross grip. Can't just stay there, Muller. Already got penalties for this. So she now needs to go in.
Wow.
That cross grip there has been there too long.
It seemed like she was attacking just enough to maintain that grip.
Yeah, you're right.
Or attempting to.
It was attempting to, wasn't it? Yes, split second.
Interesting interpretation of how much someone's attacking with that grip. I guess it's up to, I mean, obviously there's rules, but it's up to the referee's discretion a little bit as well. Here they go, 2 minutes into golden score. This is for a bronze medal in the first ever Montreal Grand Prix 57 kilogram women's category.
So they've now been fighting about 6.5 minutes, and one score, any score on the board or a penalty up there to Muller will finish this.
I feel it, it's coming. They're really opening up here. They're feinting and checking, and they just want to try to figure out each other's reactions, but something has to give here.
Well, I think it's going to go left to left here. One of them's going to take a chance on that front leg. So that front leg there plays the key. When it goes left to left or right to right, that's going to be it, is it? Yes, it is.
She does it.
Kowalczyk does it.
Oh, wow. And there's a smile.
That was a last-ditch effort, wasn't it?
from killer to thriller, there she goes. I love the change in demeanor once the contest is over. The relief. It's funny, those throws, they're slower than, let's say, a classic, which is really quick. But because it's slow, it actually adds that anticipation and that, you know, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen?
Well, everybody was going, weren't they? Everybody was saying, will it? Can she? Can she do it? And she does, yes. So it's a well-deserved bronze medal there for Kowalczyk of Poland. That she had to work hard for that, and well-deserved in the end.
What makes it fun is that the audience here in attendance understands that she's in jeopardy, and is she going to roll over? And she's right on the cusp of losing her balance. And can she drive it through? And they follow it. And not that they're telling a story, but it's easy to understand what's taking place at that time.
Yeah, she never stopped, did she? Never stopped. Look at the drive there, off the back leg there.
Right here.
Then she changes the angle, doesn't she? And just carries on. That grip, though, absolutely essential all the way through, because that grip is what really ties up the top half there and gets the rotation in the end.
Yeah, we're seeing this particular technique quite a bit today. Just that driving motion, the offside throw. Again, there she is again, driving. It looks like it's not a fad. It's here to stay.
It's not. It's going to be here, and I'm sure we're going to see different interpretations of it. People will develop it. and then they'll say, well, I've just developed a new one, and it's going to be the old one come back.
Yeah, what's old is new if everybody forgets it.
Which is what happens, of course. Right, we're just about to unleash the match that everybody's here for, of course. Krista Deguchi of Canada is going to step out in white. Jessica Kilmkate, of course, is going to be her opponent. And wow, so 4-0, and you were right.
Yeah.
In the heads-to-heads for these three. And look at their world rankings there. World ranked 7, Kilmkate there. World ranked number 3, Deguchi. And this is a very important match for the Canadians, and very important match for these two ladies.
Yeah, I literally just got goosebumps down my back and my legs here, because this is quite historic. A first Canadian Grand Prix, 57 kilograms, and we have 2 Canadians in the final. So Canada's getting gold and silver in the first ever Grand Prix.
Well, my 2 daughters and my wife, Nikki, of course, will be all cheering. My 2 daughters are both Canadian nationality, of course, as well as British. And, of course, Nikki's just off to our side here, cheering away. Should be a great match. Deguchi in the white, Kilmkate.
Dare I say, the winner of this match will be the audience in attendance. Yeah, Deguchi seems to have the technical advantage, but Kilmkate's a beast. So we'll see how that plays out.
Well, she is, and what a pace this has started at.
This is, it must be extra important for them, you know, because based on the fact that it's in Canada.
Yeah, and let's see who just keeps their cool here. And I think that Kilmkate, rather than just going in for a Cianagi, you know, just off the bat, I think she needs to set up the right time to come in, and I think that that's probably one of the things that she does. She needs to do that, and I think the keeping good grips, good kumakata, paramount importance.
Oh, it looks like she had a grip inside the sleeve. Well, that's a penalty already in the first minute for Kilmkate.
Yeah, the kumakata and the gripping strategy is very important here. And, well, she's going to have to just think of, from a positive point of view, how she can be first to the grip. Deguchi is the one that's dominating the first grip, which is off the sleeve.
And Deguchi seems to have, she's, even before, and I've seen them fight each other, a little better posture. A little more of an upright fighter.
Oof. That was close. That little sodi there that she put across, that hip movement. Ah, no, Uchi, elbow out.
Oh, choke. That's in.
She gets it.
Wow.
Well,
did not mess around.
Do you know what? That was a really, really professional performance there. They're both of them under pressure, and Deguchi had no doubt in her posturing before that contest and all the way through it there that she was going to win that.
That's 5-0.
It is. She had no doubt that she was going to win it, and her posture told her all the way through there, I'm going to be the one going.
That has to be a disappointing result for Kilmkate, especially when you're 4-0 and you say to yourself, you know what, this is the time I'm going to win. It's going to be 4-1. I got to gain some ground on her, and then to get choked out, you know, in a couple minutes.
Doesn't even look out of breath, does she? You know, she was in control all the way from the very, very beginning. And even if, you know, she was started off as favourite, I think that the important thing here is the ease in which she did it.
Yeah, that's going to be a confidence killer for Kilmkate.
Sure. And, you know, and this young lady here, Kilmkate, I think, is a real star of the future. I really believe that.
Man, so she did that deep Oochi, and with the same grip, she didn't even change her hand at all. She immediately rolled over, and boom, the choke was right there.
That transition was amazing, wasn't it? That transition, it's what it was all about.
Oh, man. I'm trying to see. It almost seemed like she didn't even have all her fingers in there, but she's obviously very... Here it is again. She steps over.
You're right. She never left the grip. She always kept that lapel grip, and she climbed on top of that. Kilmkate knew it had gone. She managed to avoid the score. It wasn't a score. That one was, without shadow of a doubt, that transition was what judo is all about now. And what a great bit of transition to end this first day of competition here. We're not finished yet because we've still got 2 medal ceremonies. So everybody out there, please stay with us. We've got the medal ceremony of the under 66 kilos category, and then we've got the medal ceremony of the under 57 kilos category for ladies. And what an event this is turning out to be.
Relations Director, Mr. Jose Humberto Rodriguez. Bronze medalist representing Ireland, Nathan Burns. And representing Canada, Judo Grand-Prix.
So the bronze medals in this under 66 kilos category, then Jacob Valois of Canada getting a massive ovation there. Nathan Burns, Nathan Burns gets the medal that he's been dreaming of. Gets that medal there, and how deserved that was. This man here, Kenneth van Gansbeek there, took Gambold to the very edge. I mean, that's all that can be said. I mean, because, and even then, it was touch and go, but just gets the nod at the end there, and Kurlan Gambold of Mongolia does enough for gold.
Yeah, Gambold confirming he is in fact a human being with that smile, and he's not a machine.
Yes, yeah. And he is, and a great lad as well, great person, very, very polite, very nice, and has a smile on his face more often than not. But like you said, when he's fighting, it's a different kettle of fish.
He's a stone-cold faced killer. And a gentleman.
And a gentleman, yeah, he really is. And one of the strongest in that 66 kilos category, physically, I mean.
You can just see it, the way he moves people. Man, he is strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem.
So now the national anthem of Mongolia.
And the fact that these guys face each other more now with all the Grand Prix and Grand Slams, they seem to have a real genuine kinship.
Well, as Anthony said, that smile says, yes, I am not just a mean machine here, I am human and a great guy as well. A well-deserved gold medal then for Gambold of Mongolia. They all smile now, and so they should, because every one of them deserves their medals. Nathan Burns of Ireland gets the bronze, as does Valois of Canada. Kenneth van Gansbeek of Belgium, wow, he was so close to gold, and so has to be content with silver, but there is Kurlan Gambold of Mongolia with the gold medal.
4 happy gentlemen, and deservingly so. They've all worked very hard today to make it to that podium. I hope they enjoy the rest of their time here at the Montreal Grand Prix.
So this Montreal Grand Prix just turning out to be an absolute cracker. What a day. First day into competition, and we've seen just so much. A little bit of history being made, and we've still got one more medal ceremony to come, and it's a very important one, so don't go away.
Dear friends, thank you very much that you are still with us. So we'll start the last awarding ceremony. This will be for women under 57 kilos.
Mesdames et messieurs, merci encore d'être des nôtres. Dans quelques instants, la dernière
Before we start the last awarding ceremony, once again you can see the highlights of today's final block on the screen.
Encore une fois, mesdames et messieurs, sur l'écran géant, les faits saillants de la journée.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last awarding ceremony for today for women under 57 kilos.
So the last medal ceremony then to be awarded the ladies under 57 kilos category.
Committee of Directors member, Pan-American Judo Confederation General Secretary and President of Judo Canada, Mr. Mike Tamura.
Mike Tamura, the president of Canadian Judo Federation, and he's going to present the prizes as he should. And how proud must he be? Bronze.
Yeah, excellent showing for Canada here.
Yeah.
It's only fitting that the president of Judo Canada gives out the medals.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in this weight category, which, wow, they've done them proud. Nelson.
Both bronze
Levy.
medal contests were
Yeah, they
excellently
were. They were
contested.
fantastic, weren't they? Nelson Levy, great performance. And, wow, we've had Kowalczyk of Poland with that great performance. She gets the other bronze medal here. And Klimke, well, we said, haven't we, that she will be disappointed with that performance here. But the lady on top there, Krista Dikuchi, just did a great job there in that final.
We should take a bet. Is Klimke going to smile on the podium?
I think she will. I think she'll show her class there. She'll have a little smile. She's got a silver medal in a major tournament, and like I said before, I think she's going to be one for the future, Kate Klimke. I really do believe that. And I think that if it's not this Olympic Games, of course it's going to be the next Olympic Games, but every competition that she enters, every medal that she wins will take her one step closer.
I don't think she's going to smile. And if she does, she's faking it.
So the national anthem of Canada, here we go. First time, hopefully not the last at these championships. What a great day for Canada. What a start they've had to this tournament. The family picture then, and of course, Julia Kowalczyk of Poland, Nelson Levy of Israel. They receive the bronze medals. Klimke of Canada gets the silver, and Deguchi gets the gold. And it's gold-silver for Canada. Wow. That's it from the first day of competition here in Montreal. And we've had some great judo, some great surprises, and some drama as well. Yeah, it's been brilliant.
Yeah, I was just watching. She didn't smile, and I understand that. It's completely understandable, and I don't blame her at all.
No, I don't either. Well,
She's a
tomorrow
competitor.
we've got more great judo. Lots still to come. 2 more days of competition. We've got 4 categories tomorrow, this time in the middleweights. So join us, Anthony and myself, at the same time tomorrow morning for the preliminary rounds of the middleweights. Okay, until then, it's goodbye from both of us. Yeah, and we'll see you at the same time tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you very much. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.